Assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale of this beautiful family home here today that we're standing on. To the neighbours in the crowd, thank you for coming and for making this part of Nunawading a great place to live in. To the bidders in the crowd, thank you for coming and I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure. And to the one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available before the commencement of the auction. As auctioneer, I'll be indicating bids upon request and the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids. If we don't decide to place those bids, I'll simply say vendor bid. This auction prohibits false bids, prohibits mentioning disruptions by bidders, attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for misconduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and this property is deemed sold, I'll absolutely take no late bids and offers beyond that point. If you're successful here today, all that I require from you is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price. Settlement time, you pick the time frame that suits you best. And the sellers have been quite flexible here today. 30, 60, 90 days, all flexible options for buyers here today, ladies and gentlemen. So enough from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you've done your due diligence on the auction terms, conditions. The auction rules have been made available before, as I mentioned, before the commencement of the auction. Property itself, huge allotment, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're looking to keep the existing house, perhaps you have a future plan as well to build a couple of units. There's plenty of potential here, ladies and gentlemen, in this location. Patrick himself has sold a few townhouses on this street before as well. 5-bedroom house, 3-bathroom home at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. 2-car plus study as well. You've got the carport out the front, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of space. Whether you're looking for entertaining or growing family, or perhaps once in a while you ever hold an auction like this today and you can fit so many people under one roof, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, location second to none, walking distance to Nunawading train station, shops on White Horse Road as well. Plenty of options, ladies and gentlemen. Schooling wise, your sport for choice, whether it's Nunawading Christian College, ladies and gentlemen. You've also got shops in Box Hill, Blackburn, Doncaster up the road, from Waverley Shopping Centre just down Springvale Road as well. So it's a perfect opportunity for you. Enough from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you're not here to hear me talk. We're here to help you buy this property here today. And Jason's got the champagne out already for the opening bidder here today. So where can I see? Ben Rees will start today. Opening bid, opening offer now. Who's going to snatch off the bottle of champagne here, ladies and gentlemen? Opening bidder here today. What do you say? Get it off Jason's hands here. Any bid offer now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in your hands.
Champagne.
Well, everyone just wants to sit and wait here. I don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. Or perhaps I can bid as well, and maybe I can get the bottle of champagne. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Some of you have been through multiple times, multiple open for inspections. I'm in your hands. You tell me. I can start things off with myself. Much rather see something from the crowd here, ladies and gentlemen. Any bid offer? So we're quoting the property, ladies and gentlemen. 1415, ladies and gentlemen. You can start above that, below that, in between that. It's totally up to you. I'm in your hands.
1.3. Just for the champagne.
That's for the champagne. We'll take it. $1.3 million just for the champagne here. Evan's holding the bid here now. $1,300,000 now. Here with Evan at $1.3 million. Welcome to the bidding here today. Well, all the best with the auction conditions and procedure here today. $1.3 million with Evan. At 1.3 at the moment with Evan here in the crowd at $1,300,000. At 1.3 only here. Think about the land size, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably the value what you can buy something on 600 square metre block.
1,350.
1,350. Welcome to bidding here, sir. 1,350 with Patrick here now at $1,350,000. Bids back against you here to my opening bidder at $1,350,000. Can I see 1.4 to see you back in front, sir? At $1,350,000. We're chipping away in increments of $50,000 on the rise at the moment. At $1,350,000. Now, Evan, what do you say? Don't miss out now. At $1,350,000. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you've got the granny flat in the back as well. Perfect for multi-generational living or some extra income, ladies and gentlemen, when you're living in the main part of the house here. At $1,350,000 now.
1.4.
1.4 back in front of my opening bidder. So you're not just here for the bottle of champagne. At $1.4 million, making it clear. At $1,400,000 now, bids back against you, Patrick. What do you say? 1,430 now back in front. Switching up the increments here now at 1,430. At $1,430,000 with a $30,000 increment, bids back against you, Evan. What do you say? At $1,430,000 now. 430 here. Nice and warm here, ladies and gentlemen. We can do the auction for as long as we want here at 1,430. At $1,430,000. Lucky we're not outside in the wind. At $1,430,000 with Patrick here. At $1,430,000. Evan, can I see another 30 or 50 to get you back in front? What do you say? At $1,430,000 now. Gonna call it 3 times here. First call now at $1,430,000. Second opportunity here now at 1,430. Third and final call, nothing to think about, ma'am, at $1,430,000. The longer you think, the higher the prices go up. At $1,450,000. 1,450. Thank you for seeing my way, Evan. At 1,450, bids back against you here, sir. We've had 2 bidders involved here today. At 1,450, that should give you confidence, ladies and gentlemen, that you're buying prime real estate at $1,450,000. And if you ever look to sell the property in the coming future, 1,470 now with Patrick here. 1,470 now. Can I see 1,500? Evan searching 1,500 here. What do you say? At 1,470 now with Patrick. At 1,470 now. 1,500 is looming here. What do you say, sir? At 1,470 here on my right. At $1,470,000 now. As I mentioned before, if you look to sell the property in the coming years, surely there'll be more competition, more buyers. And here we are at 1,470. That's the minimum at the moment. At 1,470 now. At 1,470 now, sir. Can I see 1,500? Put a little bit of distance against your competition here today. At 1,470. At 1,470 now. Need to know 1,470 now. At 1,470, here is the bid. 1,470.
1.5.
1.5 bang. Back in front here at 1.5. At 1.5, making the intentions clear with $1.5 million. At 1.5 now, bids back against you, Patrick. What do you say? At $1,500,000 here. 1.5 with the bottle of champagne as well, and looks like you're holding the keys at the moment at 1.5. At 1.5 at the moment in the box seat to buy at $1,500,000 here. At $1.5 million in the pole position to purchase number 13 Heathergrove in the heart of Nunawading here now at $1,500,000 now. Going to call it 3 times here. First call now at $1,500,000. Second opportunity here now at 1.5. Third and final call now at $1,500,000. 152, 1,520. You made us wait for that, but that's okay. At $1,520,000 here, bids back against you, Evan. At $1,520,000 in front. At 1,520 now, 3 bidders involved. At $1,520,000. The longer you wait, perhaps another bidder may pop out. At $1,520,000 here in front. At 1,520. At $1,520,000. Perhaps 50, sir. What do you say? At 1,520 at the moment, here with Tehran. At $1,520,000. Let's put in a bid here. At 1,520. At $1,520,000 now, Evan. Any interest or increments here? 1,520. With the market picking up in Melbourne at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect time to buy before prices get away from you here, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,520. At 1,520. At 1,520. At 1,520 here now, on my right hand side with Tehran. At 1,520. The median price at the moment of Melbourne is very similar to Adelaide and Brisbane, and historically that has not been the case. So if you like looking at graphs and trends, that means Melbourne should be picking up in price fairly shortly. At $1,520,000 at the moment. At 1,520. The median price for houses in Sydney at the moment, $1.7 million. Here in Melbourne, only $1 million. Perfect time to buy. $700K. I would rather live in Melbourne. At $1,500,000. And confirming the bid here, 1,520 with here on my right hand side with Tehran at 1,520. At 1,520 now, bids back against you, Evan. What do you say? At $1,520,000 now. 1,520. At 1,520. Melbourne has some of the best schools on offer. That's why they call it the education state. 1,520. 1,520 now. 1,520 here. At $1,520,000 now. 1,520. At $1,520,000. Karan's buys holding the bid here at 1520. At $1,520,000 here. Go to court 3 times. First call now at $1,520,000. Second opportunity here now at 1520. Third and final call here. We're on the market and selling.
Alright guys, we are on the market.
On the market. Patrick said it here. 1520 here.
1528.
1528 at 1,520. 153. 153 bids back against you, Evan. 1530 now. At 1,000,000.
37.
1537 now. 1537.
154.
40 now. Back in front. 1540. At 1540 here with Tehran. At 1,000,000.
49.
49. 49. 55. 50. 50 back in front. At $1,550,000 here now. 1550. Let's try 10. You tried 9 before. Let's try 10, sir.
1558.
1558. 558. 1,000,000.
156.
60 back in front. Rounding us off here now. 1560. At $1,560,000 here with Tehran. At $1,560,000 now. Need to know buys. 1560. 1560 now. Patrick's working the crowd here at 1560. At $1,560,000 now. First call now at $1,560,000. Second call now at 1,000,000.
15666.
15666 here. 70 back in front. 1570 now. At 1.57. At $1,570,000. Straight back over the top. At 1,570,000 now. Perhaps a knockout officer. What do you say? Let's go 1.6. A lot of buyers set the limits on those figures. So if you go there first, you must secure the property, sir. At $1,570,000 at the moment. 1570. 1570.
1577.
1577. 80. 80. I knew that was going to happen before it happened. At 1580. At 1580. Bids back against you, Evan. 1580 now. At $1,580,000 now. 1580. 1580 now. At $1,580,000 here with Tehran. At $1,580,000 now. Can I say 90, sir? At 1580. At $1,580,000 now. First call now 1580.
188. All 8s.
15888.
How many eights?
58.
5 eights. 1 million.
159.
159. 159. Had your moment for a little bit there, Evan. 1590 at $1,590,000. Bids back against you, Evan. 1590 at $1,590,000 now. Test the bid, sir. Let's go 1.6. What do you say? At $1,590,000 now.
1.6.
1.6 bang. At 1.6 here with Evan. At
61.
610. 1.610 here. 1.61. At $1,610,000. 1.61. You sure, sir? 1.61. Test the bid. What do you have to lose here, sir? At 1.61. At $1,610,000. The next bid could buy this property. At $1,610,000. If you put in another bid, best case you get the property. Worst case they put another bid and you lose nothing, sir. At $1,610,000 at the moment. At 1,610. At $1,610,000 now. Evan, any further increments or advances here now? Need to know. Late stages of the auction at 1.61. At $1,610,000 now. First call now at 161. Second opportunity here at $1,610,000. What's the wife saying? What's the wife saying? At 1.61. At 1.61. Are you sure, sir? At 1,610,000. We just don't want you to leave here today with any regrets here. At 1,610,000. Just leave your best on the table here today. At 161. There's no second chances with auctions. At 1,601. At $1,610,000 here. 1,610. Another bid here could put you out of the marketplace. No more open for inspections. No more auctions. At 1,610. And you can get Evan
5,000.
$5,000 at 1615.
62.
1620. 1620, sir. Bids back against you, sir. At 1,620,000 now. At 1620. Another bid. And then you can get Evan out of the way, breathing down on your neck. At 1620 now. At $1,620,000 here on my right hand side. At 1620. At 1620. Any more bids here now? 1620. Sure. At 1620. Otherwise, we'll see you next week at another auction, and Evan's going to be standing next to you again and trying to push you to bid, where you can just put an end to all of that at 1620. If you bid right now at $1,620,000 now. At 1620. At 1620 now here on the right hand side. Going to call it 3 times here. First call 1620. Second opportunity here now. Surely the bottle of champagne's worth another bid here, sir, at $1,620,000. Third and final call now at $1,620,000. Listen to Evan. He knows what he's talking about at $1,620,000 now. We'll take $1,000, sir, if you want. At 1620. At 1620. At 1620 now. Sure. Thank you. Give you 10 seconds to change your mind. Going to call it 3 times here and sell away. First call now at $1,620,000. Second opportunity now at 1620. Third and final call now at $1,620,000. Any bids here in the back as well, Jason? In case I've missed you. At 1620 now. On behalf of the team at CHM Real Estate, Jason, Patrick, selling agents for this property. This property is selling. This property is selling. Put your hands together to the new purchasers. This property is sold. Congratulations.